Hey everybody, got this 69 Barracuda from my friend Paul Olson just recently, and been seeing it on the shelf, and I wanted to open it. I don't have this, and I'm just curious about it. Did do a little bit of Scalemates research, and I'm kind of confused on how Scalemates works. When I looked under the engine compartment, I thought MPC. I mean, not like bashing them or nothing, but usually the engine compartment detail, and you can't see it that great from here. Maybe it may have been an MPC kit, but what I found on Scalemates, however, is I'm on the full history of that kit. Okay, so let me back up. Well, so here it is. This is it. 2005 new box. That's what this is. 2005. And if you go, well, you can click on it, and then go to, well, here's the history. But your green bar, I think, is what we're looking at, and it drops down to 2005 here. But then it also, gives the MPC car. I'm not sure on how Scalemates actually works, but it looks like that this kit started life in 1967, but that's a 67. Couldn't be it. I mean, I guess I don't know what the differences is in a 67 and a 69 Barracuda. I mean, that's a race car here, but I don't know if it was like, see how it drops down from in 68, it drops down here to MPC. Maybe MPC also was using the same molds. See, because here's a new parts 1969, what said new parts, 69 Barracuda. That's pretty much, I think, same hood scoop and all. I just don't have one to reference like under the hood. What's this? Don't say the year, but anyway, look at that killer CUDA. But yeah, I'm not sure. I've seen this kit before, never had it. That's a 69. I'm thinking it's the same model kit. But when I first looked at, so I would be wrong about assuming that because it looks like under the hood detail is not very much, it's an NPC. Looks like it started off as an AMT in 1960, what was it, 7? So maybe, no, 1966. So that was in 1966, they were showing you the 67 Barracuda. I guess that's how that works. I don't know. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to open it up and check it out because I'm interested in it. I think they're cool looking. I didn't know until when I did the video of opening this up that the reason a Barracuda and the Hemi CUDA is, two totally different cars, two packages or something like that. And I've just messed that up, I'm sure. But I don't know. I've never been up to date on the Dodge bodies and things like that because I grew up a Ford guy. My dad was a Ford guy. I was a Ford guy. I still, usually you kind of try and follow in your dad's footsteps, and he was a Ford guy to the bone. I mean, like to the bone. And that's all I knew. I knew Ford stuff. But I don't know Dodge stuff. I mean, I know Dodge engine stuff. But when it comes to like B bodies and all this, I don't even know what that means. When people say B body, I don't know. Isn't that, well, is a B body like a GTX? I don't know. I know what a Charger is because I grew up with the Dukes of Hazzard. But I didn't grow up with a TV show with somebody driving a 69 Barracuda. So I couldn't tell you. But anyway, let's get this thing opened and examine this car. Still got the two Flashpoint and the 40 Ford sitting there watching. I did angle them so they could kind of see what I'm doing. So look at the sporty decals. 383, okay. Yeah, but you can tell it's a big block under the hood. Boy, those are some like 1980s. Although this is 2005, the graphics look like, you know, 80s or something to me. All right, so first I want to get these bags open and see. Where'd my knife go already? Done lost it? There it is. Look at some of these parts. AMT did some really nice model kits, like the Fairlane, 1966 Fairlane, or the Mercury 66 Cyclone Comet. I think it is 66, 65, 66. Yeah, 66. Those kits were, from my understanding, those kits were tooled. Oh yeah, this is an old promo style. Those kits were tooled, you know, in the 90s, and they are really nice. I mean, as far as attention to detail, AMT did a really nice job with all that. This one, oh, you know what? I'm already seeing something that I think this was that same 67, and I'll show you real fast what I think. I may be totally wrong, but on this 67, no, maybe I am wrong. I was going to say those hood scoops. I thought that might be what those were, but I think I am wrong. Well, no, there's the big hood scoop, but those hood scoops have a bottom to them. Maybe there's another part to it. So I was thinking maybe those were hood scoops. Don't know what these are either. They look like side scoops or something. I don't know. Let's get into this thing. I got this. Hood. Look at that big long tail light right there. All right, so first, there's the body. Yeah, no, Matthew, we're pretty sure we could tell that was the body. I'm looking at, like, first thing that I look at is like chrome seams and stuff like that. This is actually really nice. Where you have to bare metal foil, for instance, on the 60. Heck, what year is that thing? The Super Stalker 64 Dodge I'm working on. I had to do some work scribing the chrome lines, but on this one, that looks really good. Especially. Is that how you pronounce it? Especially? I always say especially. And that sounds weird now. You ever say a word and you say it 2 or 3 times in a row and then it sounds like really foreign to you? That's weird. But, what was that? Oh, I was going to say, because if this mold was made in 66, it held up really good. Now, I don't know, do they redo them or what? Let me just silence this darn phone. It'll ring sure enough. But I don't know. Do they redo the molds? Because those are nice. Those like chrome in body lines and stuff like that. It's like a scratch on this one right here, but that's not a problem. They look good. They're super good. Your seam right here runs along this edge, so you would sand that off anyway, and then your drip rail, it gets into the drip rail just a little bit. It starts to run into the drip rail, but you'd have to, anyway, that's no problem. That contour right back there on the body. Oh, speaking of contour, I said in a video or two back, I'm always fascinated by how tooling used to be made, because it didn't have computerized stuff. And I had someone commented, I forget what your name or your YouTube name was, but you commented and you said that they used something graph. Anyway, like they would make a mold of clay or something. Then I was just watching. I love watching. I'm fascinated with old videos, old street scenes, things like that. You know, these remastered videos that you'll find on YouTube, like back in the 20s and all. But I was, just before I came out here, I was watching a Chevrolet engine manufacturing plant from the 30s, and it was kind of a dramatized, Dramamine, dramatized type of video, but it was showing this one guy. He had a mold for connecting rods, and it was made out of, must have been lead, because he had a little tool, and he was actually carving the negative, I guess, for the connecting rods. He was actually making a mold by hand. And yeah, so I wonder, maybe when they make these molds, they actually would make, I mean, this wasn't done in the 30s, it was done in the 60s, but I wonder if they did a hand mold of something. But they're, to get like their geometry right, I guess you would have to almost split the car in half, like make two halves, and then put it together. I don't know. I'm fascinated with that kind of stuff though. But anyway, the body looks really nice. Doesn't look like it would take much work at all to get this one in good shape. It's in really good shape anyway. The flash too, it's just really clean. And got your bucket seats with your console, back seat. Look at that roll pan with the CUDA on it. Don't guess it really has a, it's got a back bumper, doesn't it? Yeah, it's got a little back bumper that goes under that, I guess. I wish they didn't do that though, because I mean, you have to sand that off to be able to put a license plate on there, but oh well. And then there's your 383 block and transmission half, and it's a standard shift. It's got the linkage and everything in there. 4-barrel intake. So let me grab something real fast. I had someone ask me just recently if I would sell individual parts for these big block Dodge engines, and I guess I can, but what I told him is what you run into with 3D printed stuff, or any two kits. Looking at that intake, looking at this intake valley, that looks wider. Although the length and all of this is 1/25th scale, this is at least comparing it to that Lindbergh kit that I'm working on. This engine physical size is nearly the same as the kit engine, but then you've got like this. Well, it's not too bad, and I might not have the heads exactly. I just threw this together just to get a mock-up engine, but sometimes when you're dealing with two different parts, two different kits, a 3D printed or something, you don't always, the designers of this stuff, they don't always get it exactly to scale. They did get the intake ports pretty darn close, so look at that. It's neat that it's got intake ports, but yeah, it's neat it's got all that lifter valleys. You don't have any of that stuff, but so you would have to if I were to start selling individual parts and you wanted to add them to your kit engine or something, it would be difficult, to say the least. Like this engine looks, no, it's not any bigger, so you got the same, pretty well the same length on where the cylinder heads go. Something looks bigger, and it may not be, maybe a figment of my imagination, but that's the reason I'm hesitant about offering like individual parts, and someone gets and says this don't fit at all, and I don't know. But anyway, I got a little something I want to try on this kit real fast. But yeah, I didn't realize it was a promo style kit, or it's old, because I didn't know when this thing came out until right before the video I looked at ScaleMates. So it does have the promo chassis. You can take care of that though, because what I'm thinking, and I have to get my camera adjusted down. There's your. What I'm thinking is, if this car, see if I can find something to, let me get this readjusted, be right back. All right, so that's what I was thinking. I guess every time I see a car now, I'm like, that would be cool pro-streeted. I don't know who I blame all this on. Possibly Fred Henry, I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So with that thought, you would eliminate the chassis, obviously you couldn't use. So you'd have to substitute the chassis. Well, I guess something like what I did with the, oops, there went the hood. With the, this is rough. This was my first Pro Streeter. I did the 67 Chevelle. I had to cut the frame just to fit up under there and shorten it too. It wasn't easy. Let's say it wasn't fun. I did enjoy doing it. But that would be, this is what I would like to do with this, is Pro Street it. And I guess to properly Pro Street one, let me get down here where I can see. You really need to, do you have to open, I guess a question, because I don't know, I ain't never had no Pro Street car, a real one. But you would never get those tires off without the wheel wells being big, right? So would you have to open the wheel wells up? Like, but then if you did that, you lose that trim around the edge of it. So I don't know. But that is one thing that I wondered about with Pro Street stuff. Like, you ain't getting that tire off. It just ain't happening. I guess unless you had like lug bolts or something, then the tire would just drop down. And I guess that's a possibility. So how about we just say it has lug bolts, and there's it just drops straight down out of the axle. And maybe that's what they have to do. I don't know. But that would look cool right there. I wish I could lighten this up a little bit. Oh, I did. Look at there. But anyway, I think that would be neat. And that was kind of my goal of opening this up. I wanted to see what it looked like with the Pro Street tires. But that Pro Touring and stuff like that, that's also cool looking, because I did that with my my USAC, the Dodge GTX, or Plymouth GTX. I did that Pro Touring look, and that was a lot of fun. So I don't know, I do this quite often. I'll just get out here and set wheels up, and just to see what it looks like. I haven't really set these up to see. What's that look like? That'd be pretty cool too. It looks like it would need to be a little lower in the back, possibly. I don't know. That would be cool. I hadn't got these on the website yet, and I kind of questioned them because it looks like my front tires are too darn big. But these are, oh no, that's more like it. That ain't more like it. That didn't work at all. And my mat's not completely level, so it kind of rolls. All right, let's see what this looks like. These are some kind of weld. I think they're weld. Well, they're welds. I don't know. The front tires are like 17s. I think they might be too dang big. Yeah, they'd be sticking up through the hood. That wouldn't work at all. Those look good. But anyway, yeah, I just like to do this kind of stuff. Put tires and wheels under. Oh man, here we go. Here's another set. I haven't got to try these yet. These are what the heck are they? Drag tires. These ain't street tires. Krager. Oh heck, what was it called? Krager. Some kind of Krager. I forget. I got too many going on. Now this ain't gonna stand up. Krager something anyway. There's big old drag tires. You'd have to do some serious hogging out of the wheel tubs for them. For these, I just want to see what it looks like. You probably can see what it looks like. You're probably like, stop. There we go. Something like that. Oh man, it looks like it's up in the front a little bit. Got my paint bottle a little too far back, but yeah, that's cool. So anyway, let me get you back up here. Yeah, just wanted to play around with that a little bit. What do they call that? Bench racing? I don't know nothing about bench racing. I just put stuff up there and look at it, and then look up and say, golly, is this really the one I want to build? And I don't know if I'll get right on this one or not. I know I want to build the little Aurora kit after I get done with my Dodge, but this is neat. It it has, I guess what attracts me to this kit and the Pro Street theme is it's got, I don't know what you'd call it. The lines remind me somewhat of a 1969 or 70 Mustang, how it's kind of got some, but this on the Barracuda, the Mustang doesn't have. The Mustang comes down, drops into a trunk or something like that. But these just have the look of a Pro Street to me, so or a drag car, because I've seen these at the drag strip before, like the super stocks and stuff like that, and they hold. It seems like they hold. That doesn't make no sense. They look so darn mean with a big giant set of slicks under them, and then the super stocks, they just tote the front wheels. But yeah, you definitely I'd have to do some like open up the wheel wells, because it just doesn't even look right like that. But yeah, that's what I wanted to open this one up for, is just to put some big tires on it and see what it looks. But this body to me has the look of a mean drag car or Pro Street car, pretty much, probably more than anything else, because of that way that the back of the body is made. I don't know. What do you think? Think I'm crazy? That's probably something I shouldn't have asked. But anyway, yeah, hey, thanks to Paul for sending me this, and thanks to you guys for, I don't know if you've gone this far, but if you have, appreciate you stopping by and checking it out. I just wanted to look at it. Dang, I didn't even notice that. It's got the Barracuda in there. Oh, it's even on the front too. Man, like I say, if you can hand paint that, I want to shake your hand at Acme, because I just sand that stuff off and hope that there's a decal for it, and there's not. I guess that's what we need. Decal. If STS or someone's listening, maybe some decals, like replacement decals for these cars, like where it says Barracuda, like little bitty stuff like that. I know that would be a ton of different decals to have to make, but there's no way. I just sand them off, because there's like no way. And I know people have said that you can, something with bare metal foil or something like that, you can use. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I'll sand it right off and paint that baby. Marker lights probably go too, but oh my goodness, then there's the little bitty Chrysler symbol. That's what I'm talking about, guys. How did they get that in the, who chiseled out Barracuda? And it won't focus on the darn thing. Who chiseled out Barracuda in the mold in cursive? Ain't it in cursive? I can't tell if it's cursive or not. Who did that? How did they do that? I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed. We think we're smarter. We think because of technology that we are smarter. Those guys were the smart ones. The ones who were building the Model Ts. Well, not the ones building them, but the ones that came up with all the machines to do all that without a computer. They're the smart ones. I'm not trying to be insulting to anybody who's a computer, does that for a living. You're smart if you can do it. But what my thing is we've allowed our Matthew, this isn't model talk at all. It is. We've allowed our technology, such as what I did earlier, ScaleMates. I just click, comes up, right? Google. We don't have to remember anything. We just Google it. But man, I am so intrigued by the past, because I guess because you can't go there. That's the thing about it. You can't go to the past other than in books and videos and things like that. But it intrigues me so much that people had the sense to be able to figure out how to write Barracuda in, just like in cursive. And that little, I'm blown away. How did they do that? If you can tell me how they did that and prove it, I want to shake your hand, because I wish I had somebody from one of those old model companies that I could interview that knew about this stuff. I don't know anybody like that. Maybe you guys do. If you do, Let me get in touch with him, because I'd love to interview him and talk. This stuff amazes me. I'm just blown away. Okay, Matthew, you've said that enough. Amazed, blown away, intrigued, gravitated, whatever. I'm done, guys. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate you listening to my crazy ramblings. Hey, don't forget to go check out hobbynutmodels.com. Check out what Mark's got to offer over there. Model kits, paints, all the supplies you need. Go check him out. Always linked in the description of my videos. Also, if you want a set of wheels like these, I don't remember what they're called. I know these are Convo Pros, but who made them? Centerline Convo Pros, something like that. Mickey Thompson Sportsman's. These are Intro Coats. I don't know what Intro Coat is. All these wheels here are designed by Z-Force Model Works. Good stuff. And can't remember what these are, but they're Krager Super Trick. It just came to me. Krager Super Tricks. I got Goodyear tires and got the tread, and obviously these are slicks. They're nice, man. Okay, anyway, go check it out if you want to. MCV, I gotta get a new sticker or get it stuck on something. MCVProducts.net. Thanks to you guys who've supported that website. Ellie appreciates it. I do too. Ellie has a job. Oh, and I think I've just hired Ruthie, by the way. I think Ruthie is going to start learning the computer side of it, and maybe she'll start pumping out stuff to be printed. I also have these wheels that I have not listed yet. I want to get your opinion on them. So these are they're just slot. These are Z-Force Model Works wheels too, wheels and tires. I chose this size, and I didn't realize that they were a little narrow. They're on BF Goodrich. These would be like pretty narrow for the front. I probably need to widen them up, and the rears aren't that wide either. They look really good, but they're kind of narrow. So I don't know if that would be too narrow. It needs to be wider. And then the front tires, I mean, the front tires, I guess if you were hot rodding or something, but I don't know if I haven't listed them because I kind of wanted an opinion from you guys. But they're not very wide. As a matter of fact, here are the Vector wheels, the General Lee style wheels. Now these are 17-inch rims. I think maybe they're 15-inch rims. I don't remember. But anyway, as far as the width, that's a nice width all the way around, front and rear. And oh, that is the rear. I thought that was the front. So you see the difference in the width there. I think I need to widen them up. Let me know your opinion. Would you want something more narrow? I mean, they'd fit on anything, but I don't know. But I haven't, like I said, I haven't listed the slots because I hadn't listed these weld or whatever these things are. I hadn't listed those either. And the front ones are here, but I gotta find my tire, a little shorter tire, because the front rims are 17s. Okay, I'm done talking and advertising. Sorry, guys. All right, you take care. I appreciate you. And thanks to all my Patreon members. You guys are great. Yeah, that's it. See you at Acme. It is nearing October, and October the 25th is when we'll be going up. That'll be the Friday. The show is on October. Oh, by the way, happy birthday to me on Friday, October 25th. You don't have to send me anything from birthday. It just reminded me that it was my birthday. So the 25th is Friday. Everybody gets set up. We'll set our vending stuff up. The 26th is the day of the show. If you've never been to the Acme Southern Nationals, you need to go. It is so cool. It's like going to the Super Bowl. And I know maybe the NNL East guys are probably saying, no, it's not. But it is for me, because I hadn't been to NNL East. I do plan on going this year or next year, 2025. But anyway, Acme Southern Nationals in Cartersville, Georgia. If you want any information on it, email me. My email is in the description of the videos, or go to the Acme website. And if I had my flyer, I'd show it to you. And I don't think I got it right here. No, I don't. I got a whole bunch of stuff, but not a Not my flyer in front of me. Don't see it. Where in the heck is it? You know, it might be. It might be in one of these magazines, though. It don't. It's it. We'll do that in another video. All right. I'm done, guys. Take care. Appreciate you, and let me know about these slots. Are they too narrow? I think so. All right. Take care.